Hi, this is Glenn from Spirit Driven, and I'm really excited to tell you about this next game called Flip Chips. It actually originated back when I was in junior high, and we used to play paper football. If you see the football field that we were rolled out here, I began to play flip chips where I created a goal post in the middle of the football field, and we made paper footballs, or you can put up your own field goal posts as well. And I would create paper footballs and put contrasting words on each side of the football. Flip Chips is one of the most competitive games I've developed for sports lovers and people who sometimes have a hard time talking about the other side of their lives. Usually we talk pretty freely about what we're good at and what we like about ourselves, but usually the other side, sometimes the part that wrecks us, we tell no one about. So Flip Chips is made up of 2 decks because it's no longer about football and kicking paper footballs. It morphed into 2 decks called Flip Chips. It says you're one flip away from becoming honest about both sides of your life. You'll notice that there are chips that say Flip Chips on it that are used in this game, and this is a good tasting competitive game. So imagine you've gathered around the table, 2 on each side or 1 on each side of the table. You find the biggest bowl in your building, your favorite chips or pretzels or party food, and when it's your turn, you launch a flip chip and you score a point if it goes in, and then you grab a card and you describe both sides, 2 sides of the coin. Trust and don't trust. So I would talk about how it is easy for me to trust and whom it's very difficult for me to trust. As you go around the table and it's your turn to go next, you flip it in, you get a point, and you get a point for sharing each side of the card. Like the second card, I'm strong and I'm weak. So you get people getting used to talking about both sides of their life. And as you go around in the initial round, and each person is flipping chips, and each time you get a chip in the bowl, you get your favorite chip or pretzel, or you're also talking about the different parts and sides of your life. Now, once you've gone around the table a few times to the second round, you flip the chip, you get a point, you get points for sharing each side, but when you flip the card over, instead of talking about how I'm in control and out of control, you talk about how your teammate is evidencing these qualities in their life. And that's when it gets really, really challenged. You go through several rounds like this, and when you get to the third round, it comes to your turn, you flip it in, you get points for going in, you get to eat, you share both sides, but now the third round, forgive and hold grudges. You're not just talking about yourself or your teammates. Now you're actually talking about your opponents. How you've seen your opponents be very forgiving and holding grudges as well. And where this gets really, really interactive and fun is round 4. That's when the guac and your favorite onion dips and dill dips and peanut butter and whatever you like to dip your favorite party food in. You flip a chip over, and when it's your turn, okay, everybody's in, and we're talking about how encouraged and discouraged we are. Things that we're encouraged by and things we're discouraged, and everybody's in, and we're all talking about both sides. You have one of the most interactive games where you're learning personal, social, emotional awareness, and you're giving and receiving active feedback, learning so much about one another, and hopefully developing a deep trust, understanding, and respect for one another. Flip Chips is a blast. Go to spiritdriven.org and order your copy today.